Hey guys, Josh Luck with Luck Landscaping. I wanted to talk to you for a minute about project management, and one of the keys to good project management is job staging. That means getting all of your materials on site so you can work efficiently. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We've got 18 tons of stone, our skid steer, got the backyard opened up, guys taking down pergola structure. We've got cones, our yard sign, property's been marked. We've got our boulders staged, flagstone staged, natural stone steps, all in a nice line. Our plywood to protect the property, skid steer, our equipment trailer with all of our tools, everything that we need to operate. Just staging, setting up materials, ordering materials, getting deliveries, logistics is challenging when you're working in residential neighborhoods. Keep it clean, keep it tight, make sure it looks professional. Have everything that you need on site so when you show up, can get to work. Design, design, design. I absolutely love landscaping design, and you can spend all day in the office and you can put together really cool 3D renderings with all the features, the bells and the whistles, but then it comes down to the practicality of showing up in the backyard. And what that means is stakes, string lines, spray paint. It means that you have to take and recreate that design plan on the property so that everything lines up. We've got our grade stakes out so we can determine the layout of the patio. We actually go to the length of spraying out where our large scale boulders and boulder retaining wall is going to be. Again, we've got the patio all staked. This is a critical step in a good design plan. We'll spend a few hours out here just making sure that everything is in proportion with the house, that there's good egress off of the pergola and shed structure, and that everything flows together well. And that's done simply with stakes and spray paint. So first off, we got a pergola up here that the customer put together, and we've got a paver patio that's kind of your run-of-the-mill paver patio here. Nothing special, box store material, not the right base. Paver patio's coming out. We've got grade change. So you can see from this point to this point, there is about 2 feet of grade change, 3 feet kind of extending down towards here. So first and foremost, we have a retaining and retention opportunity here just to get everything brought up to the right grade and elevation. So we're going to start with some large scale boulder around the perimeter here. These boulders are all going to be about 1,000 to 3,000 pounds, large scale machine set rock. What that's going to do is we're going to carve that into the hillside, set those boulders to act as integrity and structural support to hold up everything that we're building this way. So once the boulder wall comes into place, we're going to begin pulling back all of the earth and subsoil, getting in a good number 6 stone, a permeable stone, to create a permeable base for the new paver patio and for the walkway. So the walkway is actually going to come in between the landing and the garage door and the paver patio. We're going to create a new space here to the left of this pole to maximize egress around. Feels more comfortable. Aesthetically, it'll look very appealing. We'll have a nice walkway coming through the center here. We're going to do some natural large-scale flagstone leading over to stone steps and a natural flagstone landing. This is going to be a beautiful unilock paver, and we're going to marry some of the flagstone into the unilock pavers just for added appeal. You can see that we have staked out around a nice kind of curved kidney bean shaped patio. Then we've got our nice walkway going to come through here, leading to the landing and the steppers. Where Adrian and Joe and Noah are all working right now, we're pulling out all of that river rock, getting ready to peel back the soil so we can set these large scale boulders. There'll be a little landscaping bed behind the boulders. There'll be some softscaping, some perennials in between the paver patio and the boulders. So we're going to get our laser level out. We're going to begin to shoot grade to see what our height is from this patio over to where our step down is going to be here. We're going to determine what grade is. We're going to figure out how we need to manipulate it, as we are the master manipulators of elevation and grade. Knowing all things landscaping, that's what we get the opportunity to do. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to talk elevation, grade changes, laser levels, all that fun stuff. So we're here with Joe in the background, and down here is our 0, the bottom of the door. So we're going to start here. We have set our laser here at this point. We're going to set our 0 there, and we're going to mark our pole. So go ahead and mark the pole at that point. We know that that is the height of the door. We plan on having a step down off of that door somewhere between 6.5, 7.5 inches. We can manipulate and determine that as we need. Now we need to find the next point. We need to determine what other relevant points is there. what height is there of another set of steps or another patio area nearby, so we can consider all the heights and elevations of our major points. We've got a step and entry here, so we also need to shoot our grade off the top of this stone and set a mark on our story pole. That's why they call it a story pole, so you can tell a story and write it out on the pole. So we'll have the bottom of our door marked on the pole. We'll have the top of our step marked on the pole. Next, we're gonna come over to the patio, and the patio is gonna stay near the same grade, maybe an inch, maybe 2 lower, because we have about a 5-inch step off of that deck over there. So 5 inches is not code for a step. So we're probably gonna increase that elevation there to about 6 to 7 inches, bringing the patio area down. So we'll shoot a 0 off of the patio. That'll give us 3 different marks. That'll give us the door, that'll give us the step, and that'll give us the patio. We'll mark that on our story pole, and we'll begin to determine what our grade changes are. Then we'll begin to determine exactly where we want everything to be. So we got the story pole marked out. We have our door and our patio and our step all set. So we're gonna talk through this, walk through this a little bit so you can get a good understanding on what exactly is going on. Our door is set, then our patio is set, and then all the way up top, we've got our step set, which is down there. From the area that you're coming off of the door to the patio, we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. We know that that door, we want a step coming off of the door down onto the patio. So that step would be about 6 inches. So if I came up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, that would be what this area over here, the height of, is going to be. So there'll be a 6-inch step down from the door onto this new patio space, which will be sitting here. Then we know that we'll have a patio and a landing area that are pretty close to the same in elevation. So now we've determined the patio is about 1 inch higher here than where the landing area is gonna be here. So all that means is from the landing to the patio, we need to change grade and raise grade gradually 1 inch on that walkway, which is easy, totally doable. We now are going to continue to mark out, stage, and get this job site set up now that we're figuring out our elevations. The next step is coming down here to this step. Then we figure out what the distance is from this step to our landing area to determine how we need to chop steps in this area. 2 steps, 3 steps, 1 step. We'll let grade determine what that is. Now that we know, we're gonna have 1 step down off of the door to our landing area. Then we're gonna have some sort of steps to get us back down to here. So we've got our 0 mark set up on the laser. Then we're gonna come over here and look at where our 0 is on the story pole. Just look at it on the story pole here, right here. So what's the difference between that mark and this mark? So we'll measure between the two to figure out how much of an elevation change we're gonna have. About 24.5 inches. So that means that we have got to transition 24.5 inches. We know that code of steps on average is about 7 inches. So if we have 24 inches, we can go 7.5. We can go 7 3/4. 8 would give us 24. 8's kind of a big step. So now we manipulate and determine exactly where we want our steps to be and the grade to be here. And we can use our story pole and our laser level to determine all of these. Whatever it takes. That's kind of the common theme in the landscaping industry when you're doing landscaping construction. Whatever it takes, that's what we got to do. And that's a good example of exactly what's going on here. We've got a existing pergola that is now being boomed up with the excavator so we can move it, get it out of the way, and then we can start building this beautiful new outdoor living area and then put it all back together in the end. So right now we've got it all braced and supported. We've got 4 guys out there working now, getting all the posts and the structure underneath taken apart so we can lower this top down and then move it over to the side for construction after completion of this project. A little nervous right now. We are deconstructing an existing pergola to move it out of our way, and I can tell you that my heart is beating a little bit, but that's what it takes when you're in the landscaping construction world. We are literally taking this pergola apart from underneath and lifting the whole top up and moving it with the excavator to put it out of our way. We'll see how it goes. Oh man, it's coming down. Have you ever seen a freestanding pergola? There is absolutely nothing holding that pergola up right now except that strap. So stay tuned. We're bringing her down, baby. Woo! That's how it's done there, baby. You just strapped up the whole pergola, lifted that bad boy right up in the air like you just don't care. Now we're gonna move it over there so we can do what we need to do back there. That's it. Pergola down, whatever it takes. No compromise with quality, no compromise with a level of excellence. And then there's also a certain level of whatever it takes to get the job done. And that's exactly what we put on display right there. Amazing job by my team. Show you to scale here what just happened, and that's how it's done. I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about protecting your jobs. Plywooding the entire driveway, making sure that we're not cracking or disrupting any of the asphalt. And then we get back into our construction zone. We are building a massive boulder wall, okay? That massive boulder wall is gonna be like 15 1-ton, 2-ton boulders, all built to create a natural boulder retaining wall. So we're actually, because of the space in the backyard, string a line. We've already got our boulder wall marked out. We're gonna string a line center of the boulder wall. Then we're gonna take that line out to the road. The measure off of our string, then we're gonna take that measurement to the road. We're gonna build the boulder wall out in the road, bring it back piece by piece, like putting a puzzle together. We just don't have the room to bring 15 giant boulders into this backyard and then pick and choose and determine which one fits. So we're gonna take advantage of the space egress that we have out into the road, marry all these boulders together, make sure that everything looks beautiful, and then piece by piece, A to B, C to D, E to F, to bring everything into the backyard to construct a beautiful natural boulder retaining wall. Pink line here represents the start of the string line, and the pink line down here will represent the end of the string line. We've got all of our boulders staged. Joe's gonna move the truck and trailer. We're gonna move some of this material around, and then we're gonna paint that boulder wall out here on the road, taking each individual boulder and start stacking accordingly to build a beautiful natural boulder retaining wall. We are wrapping up the day, heading home, and excavation is almost done. My partner, little Joshua Luck, was on the job site for most of the day today, helping excavate around the shed, helping run the laser level, helping make sure that we get this job site prepped and ready. I'll tell you one thing that I absolutely love about the landscaping industry, about being a business owner: the flexibility and the beautiful opportunity that we have as business owners. I get the opportunity to homeschool my son under an apprenticeship type program. It is truly an honor and a joy. So he gets to hang out with dad, gets to learn all about construction, he gets to learn about job sites, he gets to learn about how these different elements work together, he gets to learn the tools, the tips, and the tricks of the trade. And he is 12 years old. Might have seen him out there earlier, running the skid steer, running the excavator on the job site. Let that be motivation to you, that if my 12-year-old can do it, you can do it. I am super excited to be back to the job site tomorrow.